Fury Wilder 3. Oh my God, what a fight. Go make yourself a tea or coffee. Let's sit down and have a chat about what happened last night. I'm still feeling a wee bit tired from last night there. I woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning there. I thought I'll get a few hours sleep after the Smith Anthony Fowler fight. Few hours sleep, woke up at 4 o'clock just in time for the main event to start. And what an atmosphere. The only thing that would have made it better was if the British fans were allowed to travel. But over 20,000 fans in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It looked absolutely incredible. Wilder came out first with what looked like an African warrior type outfit. It was a massive improvement on his last one anyway, that's for sure. And Fury came out with a Spartan outfit, something like from 300, and straight away the atmosphere was building, not least because Big E was doing the promos. Big E, WWE champion, absolutely brilliant touch. I thought that was class. And the start of the fight was a massive surprise. Round one, Wilder comes in, starts throwing jabs to the body and really controlling the first round. Whether Fury was taken back by it and caught by surprise or caught off guard, or whether he was just having a look and allowing that round for Fury, we don't know. But Fury definitely took the first round and was Wilder definitely took the first round and looked massively improved compared to the first two fights. Round two, Fury comes back into it, starts to control the round, get back on top of things. And round three is where we see the first drama. Wilder goes down right near the end of the third round, definitely saved by the bell, and you think, here we go, this is going to be more of the same. The finish is imminent. Round four, unbelievable. Wilder comes back and drops Fury not once but twice to get a 10-7 round. Who on earth saw that coming? Definitely not me. I honestly thought the fight was about to be ended and Fury was going to go on to get another knockout win. But Wilder, fair play, geez, unbelievable. Two cracking shots. The first one especially that put Fury down was a proper shot. And you're coming into round five thinking, man, we've got a fight here. And then we get rounds 5, 6 and 7. You start to see the style of Fury really kind of take control of the fight. The inside fighting from Fury, the ring generalship, the jab, the control. And while Wilder wasn't really out of it, he definitely looked like he was tiring quite a bit. He came in with a lot of extra size, as was well publicised for that fight, but it was all very much top heavy. His legs looked exactly the same. You could tell he definitely skipped a few leg days. His legs were just as skinny as they were before. His top half, he looked like a Greek god, but as we all know, abs don't win fights. But he definitely had put on some size to help him deal with the strength and the size of Fury on the inside to stop in the clinch and really stop him from tiring. But he didn't work on his legs at all. You could see that straight away, and that really started to play a part in that rounds 5, 6 and 7, where Fury really started to take control. And Wilder, while he started to tire massively, he was still in the fight. He still looked like he could land a big shot, but you could start to see the power in his shots going down. He didn't have the same sort of power in his shots, the same sort of one-punch knockout power as maybe he had in the earlier rounds. And then we go into rounds 8 and 9, and it's all about the control, the professionalism, the boxing IQ of Fury, controlling the fight, working on the inside, wearing Wilder down, being very, very patient. He could have went in, tried to knock him out straight away, but he showed amazing patience, clearly knows that Wilder is a dangerous and probably still live opponent and could still hurt him. So he showed brilliant control to just boss the fight from then on, really. And then when we start to get into rounds 10, the fight is pretty much done. I mean, Wilder is just like going a lamb to the slaughterhouse, really. He did look like he was landing the odd couple of shots. He landed, I think it was in round 10, a beautiful uppercut near the end of the round, just when you think he's out of it completely, but nowhere near enough to trouble Fury. Like I said earlier, you could see that the punch strength, the power from Wilder was gone, and that all comes from the foundations, in my opinion, from his legs. Fury was just the natural athlete. He was a natural heavyweight, the natural bigger man. Wilder was the one that had bulked up for the fight, put on the extra size, and this is the first fight he had that size. And maybe in hindsight it was too much size to put on. Maybe he should have worked his legs. It's easy to say in hindsight, you just don't know. But Fury definitely controlled most of the fight. And then when we get into round 11, I mean, just pure destruction. It was an absolutely cracking and clinical finish from Fury. And Wilder goes out, and he's out cold, out proper. No count needed. Fury goes right over to the corner, jumps up on the ropes. He knows it's over. The crowd knows it's over. everybody knows that's a fight done. And the great thing is it's with zero controversy as well. I thought the referee, Russell Mora, was absolutely brilliant. He's had mixed reviews on Twitter and stuff, loads of people saying that he should have stopped the fight earlier, but we saw what happened in the second fight. There's no way Fury wanted the fight, Wilder wanted the fight to be stopped. He wanted to go out on a shield, and if it's going to stop all those excuses coming in, then so be it. I thought he done a great job to just let Wilder go out on a shield exactly how he wanted, because if he did stop the fight, we would have had excuses, we would have had complaints about the stoppage. At least now there is no negotiation on who the better fighter was. So overall, the fight was controlled by Fury's boxing IQ, his inside fighting, his ring generalship. Wilder showed massive improvements from the first and second fights, and I would love to see how he develops in the next year to 2 years. He's still a youngish guy, especially for a heavyweight, so he's got plenty of time ahead of him. I reckon Fury will probably retire before he does, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities for him to come back. And a couple of fights I would love to see in the near future is Wilder versus AJ and Fury versus Usyk, and the winner of those two fights to fight each other. There's still some cracking fights to be had in the heavyweight division. The only thing I didn't like about last night was the respect at the end. Fury went over to congratulate Wilder on a brilliant performance when he was in the corner, and Wilder just didn't want to see it. I mean, you've been clearly beaten by the better man on the night. I would have much loved to have seen some respect from Wilder, just, you know, shake his hand, as difficult as it would be, but he didn't want to do any of that. He was really sort of unprofessional, disrespectful, and it wasn't great in my opinion. But Fury, all class as always. And one final touch I want to make as well is the ear at the end of the fight on Wilder, the left ear, the same one that had so much damage in the second fight that Mark Breland took so much stick from Wilder for stopping the fight over. There was blood pouring from that ear, and you know, I just think if Breland had let that fight go on, the second fight, and the third one still took place, could you imagine the state that Wilder could have potentially been in, because that ear looked really bad. But overall, an incredible night. What a fight. It was probably the best heavyweight fight, I've ever seen, and that's going back a good few years of watching heavyweight fights. But I don't know, I'm trying to think of it. It's still raw. I'm still buzzing from the excitement of watching it last night. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. I don't think I am. It was an absolutely unbelievable fight. And Fury for me has now cemented himself as the best heavyweight in our generation. I cannot wait to see what happens next, who he's going to fight next. It has to hopefully be Usyk for the undisputed belts. And then, like I said, you could make that Wilder AJ fight. I believe Fury's going to have the fight with what's his name? Still half tired from lack of sleep last night. Dillian White. So he's going to defend against him, I believe, which would make perfect timing for the AJ Usyk rematch to take place. Then hopefully the end of 2022, you could make Usyk and Fury and Joshua and Wilder. Just brilliant fights. We got robbed of AJ versus Wilder before. Hopefully that fight can still be made. So absolutely buzzing for the heavyweight division. There's so many good fights to be made. Proper exciting time to be a boxing fan. Let me know what you think in the comments. What did you think of the fight last night? How did you see it going? What did you think of Wilder's performance versus the last two fights? What did you think of his attitude at the end? How good do you think Fury is? What did you think of his performance? What did you think of the referee as well? What did you think of his performance? Was he should he have stopped the fight earlier? Let me know in the comments before what you think. And don't forget to tap the subscribe button. Give us a wee thumbs up. Really appreciate the support. And we'll see you next time. Cheers!